Whilst the world waits for official news on Nintendo Switch 2, now's a great time to survey the library of its aging incumbent. For in the near 8 years since Nintendo Switch brought its revolutionary dual console handheld onto the market, the platform has amassed amongst the most enviable collection of games. Here's 15 single-player entries which arguably provide the best the platform has to offer. Sonic Mania Plus. The game that kickstarted the Blue Blur's resurgence, Sonic Mania repurposed levels from Sonic Sega's heyday, rehashing and remixing whilst crafting a handful of new ones to boot, and the result is arguably the best Sonic the Hedgehog game of the modern era. What it lacks in originality, Sonic Mania makes up for in faithful recreation, with music and presentation straight out of the 1990s. Sonic Mania Plus expands the title with new Versus game mode Encore, plus a pinball bonus stage and 2 additional characters, Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel. SteamWorld Heist. Turn-based strategy, SteamWorld Heist eschewed the RNG elements present in contemporary tactical shooters by placing a direct hit or misfire squarely on you, the player. In command of Captain Piper Faraday and her crew of steam-powered robot pilots, you'll board, loot, and shoot your way through enemies, with the aforementioned skills focusing on gunplay demanding you manually aim and shoot, allowing for insane, bullet-bouncing skill shots and what is an ultra-satisfying combat system. Inside. Inside is another modern classic in the guise of a side-scroller, however, it's an altogether different beast than Celeste. Dark, brooding, monochromatic, mysterious, Inside follows a silent, unnamed boy as he infiltrates a perplexing facility, observes strange mind-controlling experiments, dives deep into subterranean complexes, and discovers a twisted, wholly unexpected conclusion in an ending that defies categorization. Inside, much like its predecessor Limbo, coming from the same studio, is a lesson in minimalism. Its less is more approach in terms of gameplay gives space to conjure theories, to ask questions of its opaque narrative. Nava. From the team that brought you equally painterly platformer Gris, Nava sees you team up with the eponymous wolf cub as a young warrior Alba, and together you traverse gorgeous realms to rid them of their darkness. With gameplay that's a little more involved than the studio's predecessor, Nava's puzzles require clever warrior and wolf teamwork to solve, all the while deepening the relationship between the pair as their bond becomes unbreakable. A bit of a hidden gem at the moment, Nava will only grow in popularity as more get to experience its charms. Animal Well. Animal Well offers little instruction. Instead, the game plunges you inside an enigmatic lo-fi world and asks you to unravel its many secrets, numerous of which layer upon each other in surprising and unexpected ways. Experimentation is key here, alongside a keen eye for observation in order to unlock everything Animal Well is hiding. It was in the conversation for Best Game of 2024 for a good reason. Celeste. Ultra-challenging pixel-perfect platformer Celeste is a modern classic, bridging the gap between challenge and frustration with the deftest of clever game designs. See, player character Madeline's attempts to scale the titular mountain is fraught with repeated death, but its rapid death-to-rebirth cycle ensures gameplay is always encouraging, while supporting the narrative's overarching theme of overcoming hardship through adversity. If you've never played Celeste and are put off by its difficulty, don't be. Its charm will disarm you. You'll enjoy persevering. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Yet another platformer on this rundown, but Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown feels like it came out of nowhere given the mediocre reception to its announcement, but it defied expectation to immediately cement itself as one of the best the genre has ever birthed, thanks to its deep combat combining personal flair and deadly combos, time manipulation powers, and complex platforming supported by satisfying movement and traversal. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, is also playable on PC and Xbox, and it deserves to be played by as many gamers as possible. With all the limelight Hollow Knight occupies, Ori's platforming excursions are easily overlooked, but first entry Ori and the Blind Forest and 2020 follow-up Ori and the Will of the Wisps are, at times, equally spellbinding platformers. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, whilst perhaps not feeling as vital, builds on its predecessor's near perfection, offering another jaunt through a vastly detailed world in an engaging, emotionally charged sequel. Pikmin IV. Real-time strategy series Pikmin has cultivated a cult following in the 2 decades since its first iteration, and whilst Pikmin IV hasn't blasted the Fauna Fighting series into the limelight just yet, it's undeniably the best entry in the series so far. New Pikmin species plus a nocturnal battle mode brought freshness to the series, alongside vibrant visual design, excellent music, and approachability to newcomers. Really, the game is only lacking in its multiplayer element, else Pikmin IV would be an absolute showstopper. Hollow Knight. The most famous platformer out there has kept legions of fans captivated inside its lantern-lit caverns for 7 years. Available on pretty much any platform, Hollow Knight arguably found its true home on Nintendo Switch, where the adorable hand-drawn art style fits right in with the platformer's library of visually approachable games. Whilst exploring Hollow Nest in command of a nail-wielding bug values patience, there is immense challenge lurking deep within its mysterious enclaves too. Hollow Knight is stunning, and its long-announced sequel can't come soon enough. Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
That was stressful.
Mario's first 2D foray in over a decade burst onto Nintendo Switch in a kaleidoscope of psychedelic color and creativity. In Super Mario Bros. Wonder, a barrage of fresh mechanics and quirky power-ups embellished Mario's side-scrolling formula beyond recognition. But central to its benchmark-raising formula were each level's Wonder Flowers, discoverable collectibles which, when gobbled up, transform the usual fare of green pipes, pits, and piranha plants into vibrant, color-shifting delirium. Animal Crossing New Horizons. In 2020, Animal Crossing New Horizons couldn't have come at a better time. When the world was in lockdown, millions were living their social lives on their own virtual islands, lovingly furnishing their personal paradises whilst the outside world was closed. In Animal Crossing's first entry in 8 years, New Horizons moved beyond its immediate familiarity by offering island customizing depth never before seen. Of course, its online features were the primary draw, inviting neighbors over for wholesome activities such as swapping crops, going fishing, or digging up fossils raised the bar for online social interaction in video games. Metroid Prime Remastered. In Metroid Prime, you play as Samus Aran in a mostly first-person perspective. 2023's remaster, sitting closer to remake than refresh, revamped the game's already gorgeous graphics and enhanced its controls, modernizing this voyage in new and intriguing ways. Super Mario Odyssey. Still arguably the best 3D platformer on the Switch, Super Mario Odyssey returned our hero plumber to vibrant open worlds akin to Super Mario 64. Although, with a plethora of new mechanics on display, Odyssey trailblazed a new era beyond its N64 forebearer. Principal of its innovations was Mario's new friend Cappy, a living hat letting Mario inhabit a locker room of Super Mario Legacy creatures such as Chomp Chains and Goombas. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Rewriting the rulebook of its already wildly creative, ultra-successful predecessor Breath of the Wild was no easy task for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. But this sequel is proof that lightning can strike twice. A vertically expanded Hyrule, deeper combat, and bold additions in the shape of the new Zonai devices gave fresh power to twist and mold practically any object which takes Link's fancy, a towering achievement on Nintendo's aging console. Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.